threats.
Slap in the face, you know.
Mate, if I got what it takes.
Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to take ground within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK,
Somebody come to the door, please.
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
We need immediate police assistance.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
Our wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
they'll take it away. More than 300,000 people contacted a leading debt charity over the first half of 2017 to seek help with their debts. The charity's figures show that the number of people falling behind on debt repayments has nearly doubled since the beginning of the decade. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway are in Worcester, Warwickshire.
It's a nice house.
They're here to recover a debt of over £6,000 owed by Christopher Robinson and Amy Blease in unpaid nursery school fees.
Brand new, innit? Which probably means it's the right address. No one would have lived in here before them. No.
A county court judgment was issued against the couple, but it wasn't paid, so the case was escalated to the High Court.
And the curtains are shut.
Now the debt must be paid in full today, or the agents have the right to remove assets, including the Audi parked outside, if it belongs to either defendant.
It smells fresh round here, doesn't it?
Hello, sir. It's after Christopher Robinson or Amy Blease. Is that yourself, is it?
Yes.
Hello, sir. My name's Gary Ball, High Court Enforcement Agent. It's my colleague Matthew. Been sent here today, sir, with a High Court writ from nursery school. You've not received anything from them? You've not received this letter from us last week? You've got an outstanding balance of £6,242.07, sir, yeah? No. Got kids, have you? Obviously, nursery age. So you must have sent them there.
Yeah, we haven't received a thing from anyone.
No.
So we'd act straight away.
So you're going to act it now then, sir?
We're both of them.
Well, the problem we got today, sir, is obviously the writ commands us to be here today to collect the full amount or seize assets in the property. There's your copy there, sir.
Wow.
Despite the fact that a letter of attendance has been sent to the address, the agent's visit has clearly come as a shock. Gary and Matt must make it clear to Mr. Robinson what he needs to do next.
Okay, so do you want to talk about this then, sir, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't leave the door open.
You can't leave the door open?
I've got two dogs here. I've got one by the stairs.
Well,
you need to put them away then, chap.
So it's simple, isn't it? I'm sure they'll do what you say.
She's 10 months old, mate.
It seems Mr. Robinson is intent on keeping the dogs in and the agents out. So Matt goes to look for another way in. And finding an open door, he makes peaceful entry.
Do you want to get that door open now, buddy, yeah? The door open. Put the dog away, yeah? Put the dog in one of the rooms so it's safe.
Seriously. Lola, come here. Lola. Lola.
But then one of the dogs breaks free.
What's it, mate? Go, shut it.
Put it away then, it's not being silly.
Okay, stay there then.
Okay. Dog all right, yeah? Why don't you come out and speak to us, yeah? That'd be easy, wouldn't it? The dog's safe in there, yeah? All I'm concerned about is the dog stays away.
No, they won't.
Keep the dog where it is then, yeah?
The dogs may be safely away, but now Mr. Robinson disappears upstairs.
He's very erratic, this guy.
Yeah.
Matt goes up to speak to him.
Can you get this payment made, Christopher? Can you get this payment made? No, I'm stood here. You can't close the door when I'm stood here, can you? Do you want to talk to me from there? Chap, one way or another, we need to open a dialogue, don't we? Otherwise we're going to get nowhere. Hello, sir? You want to talk to me or not?
But instead of engaging with the agents, Mr. Robinson decides to leave.
The crazy part of this job is that you'll never go to two two jobs that are exactly the same. We can't guarantee how someone's going to react. Some people react with anger, some people react with huge emotion, some people react by hiding, and you know, that's just dependent on who they are.
Matt and Gary have been in the house for over 10 minutes. But with Mr. Robinson flitting from one room to another to avoid them, Matt has to make the consequences of not cooperating clear.
It's getting ridiculous now.
Christopher, I'm not going to mess about like this for ages, so either you come and deal with it, or you produce payment of £6,242.07, or I'll start emptying stuff out of the house. It's up to you.
But then he makes an unexpected move.
What are we doing then, Christopher? Yeah, he's just walked out, mate.
And disappears through the back gate.
Weird. I'm talking to him. He just will go away, does he?
No, it just disappears, doesn't it, if you've not heard from it for a while.
With Mr. Robinson gone, the agents have no choice but to consider seizing goods in his absence. The Audi outside might cover some of the £6,000 debt, but Matt and Gary must also search inside for any goods of value.
What's that made outside with the wood?
Plastic.
There are no major assets in the downstairs rooms, so the agents go upstairs to continue their search.
3 bedrooms, 2 kids' rooms, the usual.
But then from an upstairs window, Gary spots something.
Where's he going now?
I don't know.
Back round his neighbours. He's just took his Apple Mac round there.
Mr. Robinson appears to be removing goods to a neighbouring property.
Yeah, next door, neighbours.
Now actively obstructing the enforcement process by moving goods, it will take all of Matt and Gary's skills to get this case resolved. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Warwickshire to recover a debt of over £6,000 owed in unpaid nursery school fees.
Been sent here today, sir, with a High Court writ.
The debtor, Christopher Robinson, said he couldn't afford to pay.
You can act it now then, sir.
We're both unemployed.
And after refusing to discuss the debt with the agents,
Chap, one way or another, we need to open a dialogue, don't we? Otherwise we're going to get nowhere.
he left the property.
What are we doing then, Christopher? Yeah, he's just walked out, mate.
But when Matt and Gary started searching the house for seizable goods, they saw Mr. Robinson taking a computer to a nearby house.
He's just took his Apple Mac round there.
Now, the agents need to make clear to Mr. Robinson that as he's obstructing the enforcement of the writ, they could call the police. But then a man arrives.
Oh, mate. Do you know the guy that lives here, do you?
I do know Chris, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
The Audi's mine.
Why is it here?
I'm working doing a promotion in town.
How are you?
Promotion.
Okay. So you just parked it here?
I've known Chris for 7 years.
Right, okay.
And it's because it's safe. It's not safe in town.
Can you tell me what's in there?
Yeah, in the boot there's loads of promotion stuff.
Yeah.
GMB.
And it all relates to yourself, does it?
All mine. There's trainers in the boot.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Julian Pepper.
Julian Pepper. Just give us a second.
It seems that Mr. Robinson's friend, Julian, has had a tip-off that the agents were in the house and is here to prevent his car from being seized. Matt goes to check out whether his claims are true.
Julian Pepper.
The documents inside the car are evidence that it does belong to the debtor's friend.
No, fine. I'll put that, mate.
I want to help the situation out. So how's it coming to this and what is it regarding?
He's going to have to okay that it's right to speak to you, mate. Can you ring him and I can take the okay over the phone, yeah? Hello, Chris. Am I okay to disclose your details to this gentleman that's here?
Mr. Robinson authorises the agents to discuss his case with Julian, but then he makes another claim.
Okay. You personally. So you've got a bankruptcy order from the court to show that you're bankrupt, yeah? Where is that, mate? You'll have it personally. It's a piece of paper. I know you keep saying step change to me, but it means very little to me. It's just a debt charity.
Mr. Robinson now claims he's bankrupt, but it seems that he's only in the application stage, and so the High Court writ is still live.
What can you raise, mate? Can you raise some funds? You haven't got a pound? No? The difficulty is, mate, if you tell me you've got nothing, then that's, we have to start removing goods. You can raise £200. Well, that's a start, isn't it? We're getting somewhere. So if you can raise £200, what can you pay going forward towards this debt? £200 a month. Well, what I'll do, mate, I'll put it to the client and see what they say.
After saying he couldn't pay anything, Mr. Robinson has now made an offer. But as a £200 down payment is just a fraction of the £6,000 he owes, it might not be enough to satisfy the claimant.
It hasn't got much at the moment, so.
You say that, but if it was you owed £6.5 grand, you wouldn't be too impressed with it, would you?
You
know what I mean?
Matt goes outside to call the office with the offer. But then suddenly Mr. Robinson appears at the door in the middle of a phone call.
I'll pass you over to you. Oh, thanks.
Is that right?
We owe the money.
Oh, okay.
In an unusual development, it seems Mr. Robinson has called the claimant himself.
Hello, my name's Gary Ball. We've come round today with a High Court rate. I'll just pass you to my colleague because he's the one that's been dealing with this. This is the claimant. Christopher just called her.
Oh, yes. Hello, it's Matthew Highway, High Court Enforcement Agent. So we're here enforcing the writ at the moment on your behalf.
It appears that Mr. Robinson has been trying to persuade the claimant to accept an informal payment plan. Matt now needs to get the case back under his control.
I think your response to him needs to be that it's in our hands now and he needs to speak to us, but no direct. Absolutely. We will certainly do our very best to get the best possible outcome for you. That's 100%. We'll do our best. OK, thank you. Bye-bye.
After speaking to the claimant, it now becomes clear that Mr. Robinson will need to offer more than the £200 down payment he's offered.
Is he still in there, is he?
Yeah.
Is that
I think he's put it.
Christopher, is the dog away?
Yeah.
But to avoid the dogs getting out again, Mr. Robinson won't open the door.
You need to raise some more funds, Christopher. I'm happy to set this on an arrangement for you, which will prevent removal.
How much?
But you need to raise £500. So you've got 2 so far. You need to raise another 3.
But then he passes a bundle of cash through the door.
Is it?
Is that 5 there, is it? Just check that, man.
Having previously said he doesn't have a pound, Mr. Robinson immediately produces the £500 Matt's asked for in cash.
What we're going to do then, Christopher, I'm going to take the £500 today and put it on £200 a month, OK? If for any reason you don't pay the £200 per month, we can come back, we can force entry if necessary, and we'll remove the goods. So it's a guarantee that you're going to pay.
Knowing there's nothing of value in the house to list as a guarantee that Mr. Robinson keeps up with his payment plan, Matt needs to recover the laptop the debtor tried to hide in his neighbour's house.
Which way did he take this laptop? That way?
Next door.
Next door, that way. Hello? Hello, sweet, you all right? Well, I caught enforcement agents. The gentleman's brought round a laptop to your house. Sorry? You passed it back, that's great. OK, thank you. I'm not playing hide and seek. He's got it back now. Yeah.
Christopher, you got it back? Let's have a look.
Mr. Robinson passes Gary the laptop.
It's a MacBook Pro.
What colour is it?
Silver.
With the laptop listed, Mr. Robinson signs the paperwork.
So you've paid £500 today. The next £200 is due on the 28th of the 4th, OK? And then £200 per month, every month after that until it's paid off. You understand, yeah? All right, mate. Just let you know, obviously, if we do return, we can force entry, remove the goods, OK? I'll leave that.
The case is resolved for now.
Thanks so much, we're on our way. OK, thanks.
But if Mr. Robinson defaults on his payments, the agents will be back.
Interesting chap. We have to think on our feet and just deal with the situation.
We've got a little bit of money for the claimant, and hopefully he continues with his arrangements, pay the debt off in full. Probably taking 3 or 4 years, but hopefully he'll get paid off.
Personal debt levels in the UK are on the rise, with the total amount owed exceeding £1.5 trillion. Recent research shows that 1 in 6 people are burdened with financial difficulties, while 4 in 10 are reported to have less than £500 in savings. 7:30 a.m. High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are near Portsmouth on the south coast. They're here to collect almost £3,500 owed for an unpaid loan.
We're looking to collect £3,306.
Okay.
If the debtor can't or won't pay, Gary and Connor have the right to seize goods and vehicles belonging to him. And it looks as if they might be in luck.
BMW on the driveway.
Okay, well, there's enough cars here.
Despite the early hour, no one appears to be in. So Connor turns his attention to the vehicles parked outside.
This vehicle's open.
Most of them appear to be old and of low value. But the 8-year-old BMW might have some worth, so Connor does an online HPI check.
This car here is free of finance. Market value £6,800. So that would cover the debt.
If it belongs to the debtor, the vehicle is an asset they can seize even in his absence. So Connor clamps it. But his actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Someone's just looked at us from the top window.
Have they?
Yeah.
It appears there is someone in after all. But there's still no response. So Gary and Connor go round to the back of the house and find an open door.
You in?
Yeah. Hello? High Court Enforcement.
Gary heads upstairs to search for the person he saw at the window and finds a man in bed.
Hello, mate. Is that you? My name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent, and I've got a High Court writ.
Yeah.
Okay, have you got a telephone number for him? Sorry to have to get you up, because obviously this isn't your debt.
What's this room?
The man is a relative of the debtor, and he points Connor in the direction of his bedroom. He searches for paperwork connected to the clamped BMW. There doesn't appear to be any documents for the car, but he finds the debtor's driving license and passport.
Do you want to bring the paperwork downstairs?
Gary and Connor have proof they're in the right place. Now they must see whether the debtor is willing to pay. His relative gets him on the phone.
Hello there, my name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent, and I've got a High Court writ against you. So we're now here to remove goods unless the debt is paid. At the moment, it's £3,306.06. We've got a High Court writ, which allows us to remove goods if it's not paid. Right, well, we found evidence that you live here, including your passport in the room, one of the rooms upstairs. So I'm not going to, and your driving licence. So I'm not going to accept that you don't live here.
Well, I can't pay for all of it right now, mate.
Okay. How much can you pay now?
I can pay about 500.
No, that's not enough, I'm afraid. Is there anyone who can help you with this?
No.
No, okay. All right, we're going to remove goods then, okay?
What do you mean remove goods? There's no goods there under my name.
Okay. Who owns the goods in the house?
I don't own them.
Well, I'll tell you what, you get in touch with the person that does own them, tell that person to prove it to me, and then I won't take it. Or take a car off the driveway.
Which car off the driveway?
Well, if any car goes, it will be the black BMW.
That's not mine, mate.
You also said you don't live here. It needs to be paid in full, or we remove goods. But if we remove goods, that's going to cost you further fees as well.
No, you're taking nothing, mate.
All right, ring me back when you got the money.
In this job, we get lied to on a daily basis, and it's really, really frustrating when people lie to us, because 9 times out of 10 they get found out, and it's just dragged out a process that could have been dealt with in half the time.
Gary and Connor have been in the house for 20 minutes. The debtor hasn't called back to increase his £500 offer, nor has he provided any proof that the BMW doesn't belong to him. So Gary calls the office for a recovery vehicle.
Hi, John.
Hi, Gary.
I've explained to the debtor over the phone that we're going to start removing goods.
Yeah.
He wasn't even interested in making any phone calls. He just keeps telling me nothing belongs to him.
Okay.
So
you started the removal process, stand by for your recovery.
Yeah.
From the vehicles. Okay. Call
Yeah.
back 20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, okay, mate. Cheers, John. Bye.
The recovery truck is on its way. But now Gary has to tell the debtor again that because of the extra charges involved in removing the vehicle, his debt has now increased.
The balance is going to be £4,051.26, okay?
Oh, what do you mean it's 4,000?
I told you there's going to be extra fees go on. That's the process. That's what I said would happen.
How much is it total, mate?
£4,051.
If I had 4,000, mate, I'd pay it straight away.
Then my advice to you is make some phone calls and see if somebody can help you with it. See you later.
First and foremost, I want to see debtors making an effort to get the money. If they're telling me they haven't got the money, I want them to try and reach out to other people that could help. They need to accept it needs to be paid. So if they're making efforts to get the money, then I'll give them the time that they need.
Gary and Connor have now been at the house for over an hour. The debtor hasn't called back to offer any payment to save his car. But then his relative intervenes.
Okay. No, you need to ask him to pay the rest of it.
With the situation at stalemate and a car at risk, the debtor's relative pays the full amount of the debt.
4,000. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I just need to remind you that this is a voluntary payment because it's not your debt. Can I get a signature there to say that you've paid me the money? Thank you for your payment.
It's been an unexpected result for Gary and Connor.
Onwards.
Next one.
The agents got a result in a tricky situation. But in Matt and Gary's next case,
No, I don't want it counted.
You don't want to?
No, I don't.
an angry debtor pushes their patience to the limit.
I'll drive out there, you should punch his fucking head in there, I don't.
A recent survey has revealed that more than a third of UK adults who have seen an increase in their levels of debt in the past 12 months say that the rise in the cost of living is to blame. Over 3/4 of people surveyed admit having some form of borrowing, while almost half have seen their debts increase by up to £1,500. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Castle Vale, Birmingham.
I'm going to see Mr. Thomas Taylor, and he owes £2,055.49 to a car credit company.
The debtor, Mr. Taylor, bought a new car on a finance agreement, but defaulted on his repayments. The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Taylor must pay the £2,100 he owes in full today.
You're confident, aren't you? Bringing the card machine with you?
Yeah.
Hi, hello, morning. I'm looking for Thomas Taylor. Is it? Okay. Do you know Thomas? Oh, right, okay.
Do you want to give me your dad's number so I can get in touch with him?
Matt tries Mr. Taylor's mobile.
Hello.
Is that Mr. Taylor?
Yeah, speaking.
Hello, sir, good morning. My name's Matthew Highway, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm at your property at the moment to enforce a High Court writ against you, sir. There's a standing balance at the moment of £2,055.49.
There's 1,000 and something on the thing.
It was, sir. It's gone through the court system, and obviously fees have been added since then.
So, what's the procedure with that, mate? Because there's no way I could pay anything like that.
Right, the procedure is, sir, we're commanded by the High Court to attend the property today to either collect payment or to seize goods to the value of. That's what we're here to do.
Oh, I'll let try and get home.
You're going to try and get home, yeah? Right, I won't do anything until you get back then.
Okay, then, thanks.
Thanks, Mr. Taylor, thank you.
Mr. Taylor seems willing to cooperate. But when he arrives moments later, it soon becomes clear he wasn't expecting to find the agents inside the house.
Hello, sir. Mr. Taylor, are you?
Aye, Mr. Taylor, yeah.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Do you want to calm down a little bit?
No, I don't want to calm down.
You don't want to?
No, I don't.
Did you want to discuss this or not?
Yeah, I'm going outside, we'll get it as well now.
I'm not going outside. No, I'm right here.
Yeah?
I'm right here.
I couldn't give a fucking flying shit. For one, it's my wife's house. For two, go upstairs and take all my fucking clothes or whatever. Because there's nothing in mine in here.
Why would
there's
your
some
clothes be
here
in it?
because I come and see my kids.
Ah, right, okay.
Although Mr. Taylor says he doesn't live here, he is registered on the electoral roll at this address. The agents have every right to enforce the writ. But first, they decide to give him time to calm down.
It's massively important to be a good judge of character. Myself, from a security door background, I worked 13 years on the door in what some people would term as some of the roughest towns in the country. If you're not able to speak to people and you're not able to diffuse a situation, then you're not going to last very long. And those skills transfer over to the job that we do very, very well. The biggest part of our job is calming a situation down.
Moments later, Mr. Taylor reappears.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just...
Oh, sorry,
pissed off, you know what I mean?
just take a minute, calm down, right?
He now seems keen to tell the agents why he stopped paying the instalments on his new car.
I got that car off the mate, right? The car was absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Wasn't roadworthy. He came and took the car back twice. Once for a week, second time for, I think it was 10, 12 days or whatever like that. He gave me about a year's MOT. When I got onto the M42 coming back from Redditch, it was rattling and rattling. And I took it straight to the Merkel garage and it failed on 27 things. It was fucked.
You don't expect that from a new car, do you?
Nah, you don't, mate, you know what I mean? He's a fucking prick. I'll drive out of Redditch and punch his fucking head in, mate. I ain't joking.
With Mr. Taylor now making threats against the claimant, the agents must work hard to keep him calm.
The problem we've got, Mr. Taylor, is we're simply High Court enforcement agents that have been asked to execute this writ here today.
Well, there's no way I can get that. Not a chance of earth, mate.
Mr. Taylor calls his sister for help.
She's probably talked to my sister's got a few quid, like, whether she's got her, I don't know. Fuck's sake.
With his sister not answering, Mr. Taylor calls his mother.
Where the guys in Emma in the house? Matt, it's not that, I'm going to go to the Redditch after this is fucking sorted out. I'm going to punch his fucking head in, simple as that. Yeah, I know. Right.
She's right there, mate. But it'll get you nowhere. That's you know that anyway, don't you?
He's got a lot to answer for that. I'd say he's got a lot to answer for this fucking ice.
With his mother unable to help, Mr. Taylor calls his brother-in-law.
Is that you, Mike?
Aye.
You know that BM I've got?
Yeah.
Right. He's took it to court, mate, and says I've not paid anything at all. I know these guys have turned up at the house this morning and they're here to take all the stuff away.
How much cash do you need today to get them to go away?
I don't know, how much is it, mate?
Wait.
Can I pass you on to the guy, mate, because I'm fucking living here so long.
Aye.
Hello, Sam. We're in a bit of a situation, mate. He needs to raise some funds. I mean, there's £2,055 outstanding. We are here for the balance, but if we can get something close to it, then I will speak to the client.
Right, could it be £1,000 on credit card? Is that okay?
I can certainly make the call and ask them. I'll pass you back to Tom and I'll make that call, okay?
Okay, thanks, Matty.
Thanks. I'll just make a call, mate, see what the crack is.
Matt calls the office to see whether a down payment of £1,000 is acceptable to the claimant. But because it's still early morning, the office aren't able to contact the claimant.
I can't get through to anybody, mate, because of the time of day it is.
Matt wants to prevent Mr. Taylor from getting more agitated, so he thinks on his feet.
What I suggest we do is, if I provisionally accept the £1,000 now,
right? Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Just fucking.
You need to be close to know what's going on. Hello, Mike.
Hello, hi, Matthew.
Hi, mate. You all right? So Tom wants me just to explain to you. So I can't get hold of the clients at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provisionally accept the £1,000 at the minute, with the remainder of the balance when Tom next gets paid.
I'm going to give you £1,000 when I get paid, mate.
Right.
I've got rent and stuff to pay, you know what I mean?
Then they're going to want the balance.
Well, no, there's no way I can do it. There's no way I can do it. I'll drive out to Redditch, you know, and get that geezer here.
With Mr. Taylor making more threats against the claimant, Matt intervenes.
It ain't going to help them, mate, is it? That's not going to solve the situation, is it?
No, there's no way.
All you getting het up and angry is just going to get you nicked, in it? That's
not. As I get nicked, mate. But there's no way I can pay £1,000 when I get paid. Well, when I get paid, mate, I'll be lucky if I've got fucking 400 quid left. If that.
The situation is at a stalemate. But then, Mr. Taylor's brother-in-law wants to speak to Matt again.
Hi, Mike.
Right, we'll just go with it. I mean, I presume that if I pay that money just now, then Thomas has got a week or so to try and sort it out with the guy.
We've got two options, really. We can either pay the balance off in full and the matter's resolved and it's finished today. That's £2,055.49. Or the other option is, as I said to him, you know, I can accept the offer provisionally of £1,000 today and then give him until he next gets paid to pay the balance. Obviously, you know, the longer it goes on, the more fees are incurred.
So do the fees keep on going up?
They do, mate, yeah.
In which case, we'll just clear the lot just now.
You'll be able to do that, Mike, will you? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'll pass you over to my colleague then. He's got a card machine here. We'll get the payment done. He wants to talk about possibly bringing a case himself. I'd rather he did that than what he's threatening to do and beating people up, because that ain't going to get anywhere, is it?
No.
All right. I'll pass you over to Gary. He's going to take your details then.
Hello, mate.
Hi there.
Hiya, it's Gary here.
To resolve the situation today, Mr. Taylor's brother-in-law agrees to clear his debt in full.
Are you paying by a credit card, are you, Mike?
Debit card then?
Yeah, debit card would be great. There you go, Tom.
Okay, mate. Well, we're all done. Sorry about the circumstances. Nice meeting you.
Thanks to the agent's patience, the case is resolved peacefully.
It took a little bit of calming him down there. He came back in a bit of a rage. But, you know, good result in the end. Payment in full. On to the next.
Over the first half of 2017, more than 50,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. This marks a 27% increase since the previous year, with the average reaching almost £3,000. High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Hassocks, West Sussex, to collect a debt of over £11,000 owed by businessman Mohan Fernando.
The exact balance we're looking for is £11,750.31.
But this isn't the first time Gary has tried to enforce this writ.
We've had this for a while. I went to this address a few weeks ago. I spoke to Mohan over the phone and I left with a control goods agreement.
Last time Gary visited the debtor's house, he wasn't there. So he left a controlled goods agreement with Mr. Fernando's partner, Ingrid, listing assets that would be removed if £5,000 wasn't paid within 24 hours.
But I tried to explain that if you don't pay this as per the controlled goods agreement, then we're just going to force entry back into the property.
But that payment didn't materialise.
So that may be what happens this morning.
Now, as the agreement has been broken, Gary has the right to force entry to seize the goods on the list. But first he needs to see whether Mr. Fernando is at home. Nobody appears to be in.
Hello?
there is anybody inside, I would advise you to come and open the door before we damage it.
It looks like Gary and Connor's only option is to force entry. But before they do, Gary wants to give Mr. Fernando one last chance to pay.
Hi, Mr. Fernando. The situation has come to the point where we're about to force entry. We've got a locksmith en route and we're going to be going in. My advice would be get back to the property as quickly as you can before we start removing goods. Thank you.
Fine locksmith, mate.
While they wait to see whether Mr. Fernando will turn up, Gary asks the locksmith to come down to the property.
Hi, Paul. It's Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hi. We do need you, I'm afraid.
Right, okay, I shall be there in about 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
It's extremely important to gain entry into a property, especially with evasive debtors, because they're not going to roll over and give me their money. They're just going to make it harder and harder for me to collect. So I have to respond with that, with the pressure that I put on to give me the result that I want.
10 minutes later, the locksmith arrives.
I can't tell for certain, but it does look like there's a key on the inside of the inner door.
It might be worth going in the back.
It looks like there's another locked door behind the main entrance. So they all head to the back of the property to look for a different way in.
All these doors are locked, Gary. We're in. Much appreciated. Hello? Enforcement? High Court enforcement, is anybody in? Hello? Hello?
The house appears to be empty. So with no word yet from Mr. Fernando, Gary calls his partner, Ingrid. He knows from the previous visit she has the debtor's permission to discuss the case with him.
Good morning, Ingrid. It's Mr. Brown, the enforcement agent. Because the arrangement was broken and the money wasn't paid as agreed, I'm back in your house now and I'm about to start removing goods. So my advice would be get Mr. Fernando to come home and deal with this. Thank you.
Almost immediately, Ingrid calls back.
Hello?
Hello?
Is this Ingrid?
Yes. On my way over. What did you require?
Well, we're going to remove goods unless the debt's paid. The arrangement was broken. We had a promise of £5,000.
I can get £11,000 just like that.
Well,
we can't. It's impossible. We don't have that sort of money.
Well, the person to blame with this is Mohan.
I'm trying to get hold of him.
Right, okay. I'll speak to you when you get home, okay? Thank you.
In these situations, you can't help but be empathetic to family members around the debtor. Because at the end of the day, it's not their debt, and they're just being drawn into the world of the debtor, and now we're knocking on the door.
An hour later, Ingrid arrives home with her daughter and granddaughter. And to Gary and Connor's surprise, they're accompanied by the police.
Hello. No, good, thanks.
We were called just because the bank are not willing to give £5,000 to a 77-year-old lady with no evidence, effectively. So the bank have called us.
Okay.
It seems that Ingrid had been attempting to withdraw some cash to pay off her partner's debt. But the amount she requested alerted the bank's fraud team.
You could be rogue traders for all we know.
The case has taken an unexpected turn. With no debtor to deal with, and now the police involved, will Gary and Connor ever get the £11,000 they came for? Gary Brown and Connor Jackson were in West Sussex, chasing £11,000 owed by businessman Mohan Fernando.
Hello? If there is anybody inside, I would advise you to come and open the door before we damage it.
The debtor had defaulted on a previous arrangement, so they broke into the house.
Hello? Enforcement?
There was no sign of Mr. Fernando, so Gary rang his partner, Ingrid.
Well, the person to blame with this is Mohan.
But then she came back to the house with a police escort.
We were called just because the bank are not willing to give £5,000 to a 77-year-old lady. No evidence, effectively. So the bank have called us.
Now, Gary and Connor show the police their identity, so they can start to explain why they're here.
My colleague has to chat with you. So we got this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's great, thank you.
She hasn't got any payment on her. So
Okay.
we're here to ascertain you are who you say you are.
Yeah.
So, which I've seen your ID, so you're fine. I just, if you got a copy of your warrant,
Yeah,
to say that you can be.
it's actually inside. Yeah, it's in my paperwork.
Gary takes the officers inside to show them the writ.
That is the High Court writ. And that is a list of goods that I took into control when I was here last time.
Right.
Satisfied with the documentation, the police make it clear to Ingrid that Gary and Connor have every right to take goods if her partner, Mr. Fernando, doesn't pay.
Now we've come along here, and it's clear from all the evidence here, you're not the victim of a fraud. That this is all legal paperwork from the courts. They're entitled to do this. What's your situation now? Is there any money that you can take today that will stop you taking these goods?
Unfortunately, it's the full balance or removal of goods, I'm afraid, but it will be...
I can't do that. It's not possible. I haven't done anything. I'm not involved with these things.
How is it my mum's debt?
It's not your mum's
No,
debt.
it's not my mum's debt. I don't care about what he's done, okay? I don't care who does whatever to him, but it's got nothing to do with my mum.
It's a sensitive situation. Gary has to make it clear to the family that he's not asking Ingrid to pay, but that any goods belonging to Mr. Fernando will be removed if he doesn't come up with the cash. He urges her to get him home.
The arrangement's already been broken. My advice would be get Mohan to deal with it because it's his debt.
But there's still no response from Mr. Fernando. So Ingrid heads back to the bank with the police.
I think it's quite a low thing to do, to just leave your family members to deal with my presence. They get no respect from me when they do that because they're not facing up to it. They think that somebody else is just going to pick up the pieces and that they can just turn their back on it and hide away.
Half an hour later, Ingrid calls from the bank. She's managed to raise £9,000. It's £3,000 short of the full amount, but seeing the effort she's put into resolving her partner's problem, Gary accepts the offer.
All right, John. I think we'd probably be safe in taking £9,000 and then giving them some time for the other money.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you want to wrap up there, mate.
Cheers, John. Bye.
When Ingrid returns, Gary tells her that the claimant has accepted the offer. But it soon becomes clear that this isn't the first time she has bailed her partner out.
Basically, most of the problems that are here today are down to him, not me. I've been involved in paying out money for a long time to help him out with various things. And the reason that I'm still working at 77 years old is because I have to keep him, and I'm paying out all this time. Constantly for the last 9 years. When you get badgered and bullied basically, constantly, you get worn down. And it's very difficult to stand up to it all the time.
Thanks to his partner, Mr. Fernando's case is resolved for now.
We're done.
Right.
But if he doesn't pay the balance in 24 hours, Gary and Connor will be back.
It's horrible to see someone go through that. And you see their reaction and they're clearly distressed and they're clearly upset. I do feel a bit sorry for her, but she's got family rallying around her, which I think is more than Mohan can say for him.
You Can't Pay will be back at the same time next week. With over £4 million worth seized in the last 3 years, fake slimming pills are big business. Paul Connolly is on the case in brand new Undercover Nailing the Fraudsters next. while a new on 5 spiked next, they're behind the bars of the Antanamura prison in Madagascar, the world's toughest prisons, where the inmates share slim pickings with fat rats.
Threats,
I'm gonna call my back out. I'm gonna call my back.
anger,
Call the police, man.
desperation.
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
What happens when debt
I know my rights. Do not calm yourself down.
tracks you down?
You don't be good at me, Dad. It's not my fault.
Up and down the UK,
Oh, you can't say that. Don't be taking my equipment.
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
Get out my property,
I'm
mate.
not going anywhere, mate.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
No, I'm not even paying a penny on it.
Because if you can't pay,
There's absolutely nothing I can do.
they'll take it away. A recent survey has revealed that more than half of Britain's small and medium-sized businesses have outstanding invoices totalling over £44 billion. Almost 2/3 of company owners believe that late payments were pushing their businesses to breaking point, while nearly a quarter revealed that they'd had to resort to their overdraft to keep afloat. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Cheadle, Manchester. They're hoping to collect a debt of almost £2,400 owed by Oracle Claims Limited in unpaid invoices.
But it's one of these accident claim companies, isn't it? Popping up everywhere.
The agents had previously tried to find company director Munir Elahi at a commercial address, but found Oracle Claims were no longer trading from there.
That's one house, mate. That's one big house.
Well, let's hope they got one big debit card.
Notice of enforcement has now been sent to the only other official address for the business listed on Company's House.
You going that way, Vic? I'll go this way.
Yeah.
It appears to be a residential address, but the agents have every right to believe that the company is now trading from here.
Hello. Hi there. Good morning. My name is the Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We are after a company called Oracle Claims Limited. Mr. Munir
Don't live here, Mr. Munir. Don't live here, mate. And this company's not registered here.
Right.
You need to check your company's house, mate.
The notice has been sent to this address.
All right, thank you very much. You give us whatever you've given us, your information.
Right.
I'll speak to my brother. And that's it. Get away
Is
from
it your
my property,
brother?
please.
Is it your brother, sir?
He's my brother, yeah.
Okay. You need to get him on the phone. We need to speak to him now.
Doesn't even live here, mate.
You're able to get him on the phone and get this sorted, then we'll
You
go.
know what? Get him on the phone right now.
Yeah.
Get him on the phone.
We get it sorted, we'll go.
I'm gonna call my dog out. I'm gonna call my dog.
Calm down, just calm down.
Let's just get it sorted and then we'll go.
We'll go, mate.
Simple as that.
Despite his brother Asim's instant hostility, the agents have the right to stay and investigate further.
You can arrest me. Because you can't arrest
Arrest?
me.
What do you mean arrest?
You can't
I'm not
arrest
here to
me.
arrest
Oh,
you.
you are the High Court enforcement.
Yeah, exactly, mate, with the High Court, right?
Guess what? You're not doing nothing to me.
Yeah.
Because guess
I know.
what? I'm not in your
I know.
limelight.
Exactly.
Get out of my
No, I'll
property. My
stay
brother, live
here.
here.
I'll
Get
stay
out of
here.
my property,
I'm not
mate.
going anywhere, mate.
Get out of my
Arthur, you're
property.
gonna calm down. Arthur, not pet. Arthur, that's wrong what you're doing. That's disgusting.
Let's just get this sorted and then we'll go. Simple as that.
Arthur, please.
Yeah.
Just ignore them, sorry.
No, I understand. No, I understand. Yeah.
Arthur! Arthur! Arthur, you better tell them stop doing the language.
People must think that when we in a situation where they get aggressive or starting to shout at us, that it's the first time ever it's going to happen to us. It happens on a daily basis, and you just think to yourself, here we go again. It's time for name calling, or oh, it's story time. Because I always want to tell you what they think you're doing is wrong or how you do it. But it's like water for duck's back, to be honest with you.
While Asim's mother tries to calm her son down, the defendant's other brother gets him on the phone.
Hello. They've got a higher at court
Enforcer here for the debt that you owe. The fact of the matter is, there's a debt here that needs to be sorted.
Well, I can't believe you didn't sort it out. It's 1100 quid with that, and it's gone to 300 quid, mate, with the fees. Right, basically, what brother's saying that they've got their details wrong. They should be going round to the office. You should not coming to my personal property.
Sir, this is...
You come to my personal property. And this company, let me just say, this company, I've got the details wrong, because if you look at the company's house, if you look at the company's house and the company check, Oracle Claims Limited is not... This is not the address. We don't trade from here. Do you know we're trading from here? No.
I'm listening to you.
We know that there's an amount of payable, that's fine. But you come to the wrong address. You come to my home. You come to my family home, and that's disrespectful.
I've got no disrespectful.
I'm not being funny. We're in an affluent area, and you're just embarrassing us for no reason. You've not done your due diligence, because that company is not registered to the home address. It's just not. So well, you need to do your checks, mate.
Yeah, we have.
I'll get a laptop out right now for you. Yeah. And I will speak to whoever I speak to. I'm putting a complaint in, mate. You can come to the wrong address. Are you not understanding what I'm telling you?
No, I understand what you're telling me. You don't understand what I'm saying, sir. We live in a society where you don't want your neighbours to know your financial circumstances. That can be very embarrassing. So when we arrive, they worry, what's the neighbours going to say? What's my neighbours thinking? I got to get rid of these guys. And then they just normally make the situation worse by taking that frustration out on us. That's not going to help you at all. You know, you're just making the situation worse for yourself.
The agents have now been in the house for 10 minutes. There's still no sign of the debtor, but his brother Asim isn't calming down.
Mate, don't walk around your boots like that, mate. Stand in one spot. Don't do that. Don't do that, mate. Sit in your mum's gaff, in your fucking dad's gaff. It's my house. It's my house. It's my mum's house. It's my dad's house. So do you know what? If you're gonna stand fucking correctly, mate. Can you move, mate? I'm trying to go upstairs. No.
Okay, there you go.
Move then. Can you move over there, mate? Can you move over there? You're the guy. Move over there now. Move.
With tempers rising, Stuart calls the police.
Hello, I need immediate police assistance, please. We've been met with hostility.
Are you telling me that I have to walk around you? You're in my fucking house, you prick. You ain't the fucking police. You work for the courts. You remember that, mate?
Yeah.
This simple case has turned into an aggressive situation. With Asim in direct conflict with Stuart, the agents will have to work hard to get this case resolved peacefully. High Court enforcement agents Elmore Victor and Stuart McCracken were in Cheadle, Manchester, to collect just under £2,400 owed by Oracle Claims Limited.
We are after Oracle Claims Limited, registered at this address.
Live here, mate. This company's not registered here.
His family denied company director Munir Elahi lived or traded from the address, and tempers quickly escalated.
You're in my fucking house! Get out of my property, my brother! Live here, get out of my property,
I'm not going anywhere, mate.
So Stuart called the police.
Hello, I need immediate police assistance, please.
Officers are on their way to the address. But then the defendant's father arrives.
The registered office is down in Cheadle, not here. So you had no right to come here, first of all.
It's a High Court writ. At the moment, they've got a CCJ, a county court judgment against Oracle Claims Limited, right? Because the CCJ wasn't paid, the claimant has transferred to the High Court, which they're entitled to do. If he doesn't want to pay it, that's fine. We will go to the next stage.
What's that?
Remove goods.
Finally, the defendant himself arrives.
You're telling me you're going to remove... This house doesn't belong to him. This is my house.
Right. Well, as long as we can
not
see
his.
proof, as long as
and
we
he
can
don't
see
even live here, by the way.
Is that...
That's him. He don't even live here.
Right.
So you've got no right to be here.
So at some point your son has put on this address, all right? The court has acted on that information. So we are here legally. We have to get that straight. But we don't want to go to the next step unless he can make the payment. If he thinks anything is wrong here, he's got 14 days, which is 2 weeks, to sort it out.
This is a fucking piss take, this is. It really is.
What people need to realise is when we arrive at your door, all our paperwork is in order, all the checks has been done, and we are there legally. People always think whatever we're doing is illegal, but we know the law. You know, we do this for a living.
20 minutes after they were called, the police arrived.
Hello, officer, are you okay?
Can I just step in? I just want to see what's everyone's okay.
Obviously, when we first turned up, there's a bit of hostility, a bit of breach of the peace, so that's the reason for the call.
The police tell Asim that the agents have every right to be in the house. But now, with his whole family caught up in his debt, Munir Elahi suddenly decides to pay.
It's on a card, sir. Is it a debit card? That's the amount, 2,355 and 45 pence. You can enter your PIN number and then a green button, please. Sir.
Sorted.
There you go. That's your card and your payment.
Right.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Alright, cheers, thank you. You know what though, Vic? If you just answered the door and said, here's my debit card, you could have avoided all this. I think it was just a good port of call just to get the police involved.
It's just a typical, family standing together, which is not a bad thing.
There's ways and means of dealing with it though, isn't there?
Well, yeah.
A recent report has revealed that rising rents in the private sector, combined with low wages and freezes on benefits, have put 1 million UK households at risk of homelessness. People in private rented accommodation spend more than 40% of their monthly income on housing costs, and nearly 4 million families are cutting back on essentials to pay for their rent or mortgage. (8 a.m). High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in New Romney, Kent, to recover a debt of more than £4,000 owed by a couple in unpaid rent.
The notes say we've got 2 traced addresses. It's going to be in this area, isn't it?
The money is owed to the landlord of a property the couple, Rebecca and Harry, shared 2 years ago.
It's looking like it could be flats, mate.
Be on this side.
It's there. It looks like a ground floor flat.
The landlord escalated the case to the High Court, and now the debtors must pay in full today. First to be visited is Rebecca.
We're going to have a look around the back, see if there's a back garden.
Got him.
Hey. I've seen movement.
Have you? Right, okay. Hello, Rebecca, can you come to the door, please? I know you're in there, I've seen movement. Thank you. Why didn't you answer the first time when we knocked?
Sorry,
That's right.
I've got to go to work.
Okay, you're Rebecca, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. What it is, my name's Gary Brown.
Yeah.
I'm an enforcement agent. You've been taken to court.
For what?
You and...
For what?
Is it for unpaid rent or something, or...?
I moved out. I sorted it with the landlords. Because
Right.
me and him are split up. We split up ages ago. Like 2 years ago.
Right.
I spoke to the landlords and they removed me from the tenancy. He's now in Newquay.
Right. Have you got his phone number?
Yes, I have. Sorry.
That's all right.
I've got to leave in like 2 minutes for work.
Okay, well, we are going to need to get this paid.
Becky tries to call her ex, Harry.
You said the Vodafone voicemail service.
That sounds like your number's blocked.
Yeah, most probably is. That's what he's like. He won't answer because he doesn't answer me. Okay, I've got to go to work.
I understand, but
now.
this needs to get paid, or we remove goods, and we don't want to do that.
Becky calls her ex's mother, Liz.
Hello?
Hi, Dad, you alright?
No. I've got people here getting money for Harry's rent arrears.
Oh, but you just got to say it's nothing to do with you.
They're not going to listen, Liz. They're here now.
Right, put them on then.
Do you want me to speak to her? Hello?
Hello?
Hello there. The courts have said that they are both liable for the whole money.
Responsible for the whole money, yeah.
And the order is basically for us to remove goods unless the debt's paid. So
Yeah.
the best I can say is we'll give you till half past 8. If the money's paid, then we'll leave with no goods, but otherwise we're going to have to escalate the case further. We can
Won't
take...
answer me, Liz. He's blocked my number.
I'm just going to give my son a ring. I'm not sure it's going to be successful.
Okay, all right then.
All right then.
The deadline is set. But then Becky's ex, Harry, calls.
Do you know how much I hate you right now?
Right, well, there's no point going on like that, is there? Mum just told me.
What am I meant to do, Harry? They're going to take my stuff away because of you.
Well, it's not because of me, just me, is it?
Yeah.
It's in the house as well, so I'm not asking for
I moved out.
It's sorted, is it? I'm gonna get
Well, here you go. You can talk to him because I don't want to speak to you.
Hello, Harry.
That's what
Hello, mate.
Hello, I understand you live in Newquay.
Yeah, we're at the hospital, so yeah. I mean, obviously by the clothes on my back, I don't own anything, so...
Can you at least help Becky out with this? Can you pay some of it?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I'm already paying off other bills, and I already owe my family money as it is. So I can't give you bulk money, that's the thing.
If it's not paid, we're going to have to remove goods from this premises.
So I've got nothing. I come down with the clothes on my back with nothing.
Okay. I don't know what to say then, Harry, because my orders are to remove goods if the debt isn't paid. Because you're both liable for it.
Yeah, is she, can I speak to her? She's
Yeah, one sec.
Hello? Hello?
Alright. Where's your dad?
No, I haven't spoke to my dad right now, Harry.
Right, well, I can't do anything here, can I? I've got nothing to give him. I'll give him my car if I could do, but I can't.
Alright, thank you.
Cheers.
With Harry saying he can't contribute anything towards their debt, Becky is now legally responsible for the full amount on the writ.
Becky, calm down. We'll sort this out. We'll get it sorted.
I'm just so annoyed that he's...
No, I understand that.
I'm
that
not
would
lying to you at all.
That would be frustrating.
That's the most frustrating thing. Like, I was getting email after email saying you owe to Harry from the landlord, and I was ringing him. I was like, I don't live there anymore. Can you stop email me? And they was like, yeah, we understand. We can't take you off it until he's moved out.
I see quite a lot of debts due to relationships going wrong and breaking down, and it really hits home that it's important to get things in order. So when enforcement agents turn up on their door and they're trying to recover money that one party may believe is owed by the other, it can just bring up all that past again, and it's quite difficult.
A few minutes later, Harry's stepmother, Claire, arrives.
Hello.
Okay, right, so how much is it?
£4,681.
I know it isn't. So, do you have to have the full amount?
It needs to be the full balance, really.
Going back to where I get £4 from. Oh no! I hate him so much! I know. I spoke to Dad? No. So you need to phone your dad, see if he can get you any.
Both Harry and his stepmum have suggested that Becky calls her father, but she seems reluctant.
I'm his little girl.
Last thing he wants to look after you. He doesn't want to see you upset like this. I can understand completely, especially why a dad would be upset that you're in this position.
But with time running out, Becky follows advice and calls her father.
Hang on, do you want to speak to...
Yeah, but it's not their fault. They're just doing their job.
Do you want to speak to him, Dad?
Sorry,
No, sorry.
My dad is cross, please.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's fine. Hello?
We are together.
I'm Becky's dad. It does nothing belongs to her. The TV is mine. I bought it all and I've got receipts for it all.
Well, the fact that it's in her house is we're gonna believe that it belongs to her. This does need to get resolved, and pretty sharpish. Becky will have a...
Surprise! I've got to speak to my wife and...
So I'll put you back on the phone to Becky, but to be honest, if it's not resolved soon, I'm going to have to start adding fees, and that's not me being difficult.
No, you're doing your job.
Let me put you back on to Becky.
With Becky's father reluctant to help, her time to raise some funds is running out.
The horrible thing about debt is that it doesn't just affect the person who owes the money. Depending on how close family members are to that person, it can drag other people into it, and it ultimately affects them as well.
5 minutes later, Becky's father turns up at the house.
Hello there.
Hello there.
And he wants answers.
For starters, you can't take anything today. You can only mark it up and label it, correct?
Okay, I don't need to tell me how to do my
No,
job,
but that is
sir.
the correct, isn't it?
No, that's not correct.
My understanding is that you can't remove anything from this today.
Then you're mistaken.
We can.
And I have before. I'm trying to be reasonable. And I'm trying to tell Becky... I'm trying to tell Becky what I'm willing to do. It's half an hour since I was supposed to escalate this case. So we've been here an hour. But once it becomes obvious to me that the debt isn't going to be paid, I have no choice but start removing goods. I'm just going to nip out the chip and pin machine.
Please don't be good at me, Daniel. It's not my fault.
I'm cross with how it's happened.
Me and your dad are going to put it on our credit cards, half and half, alright? And then we'll find out if that's okay.
With Becky's possessions at risk, Harry's stepmother Claire and Becky's father step in to pay off the £4,600 debt in full.
Okay, if you want to take the payment, it's £2,387.77. They're splitting it, so half on that card and half on this card.
The rest of it's on your card, is it? Yeah, thank you.
This difficult case is finally resolved.
All right, we'll get out your hair. All right. It was nice to meet you. Shame it wasn't under more pleasant circumstances. All the best. Take care.
Thank you.
We've got a good result for the client. That's what I always take away from a case. But I really felt sorry for this girl. Genuine girl, genuine people around her coming to help her out.
Gary and Connor have managed to deal with a delicate situation. But in Stuart and Ian's next case, a soured friendship
I can't believe Richard's done this to me.
No.
leads to a family crisis.
Took out a second mortgage on the house.
To try and clear debts. Fucking hell.
In 2016, more than 600,000 new companies were launched in the UK, investing on average £20,000 to cover start-up costs. However, research has shown that more than half of new businesses fall behind within the first 5 years, leaving a trail of debts behind them. High Court Enforcement Agent Stuart McCracken and colleague Ian Taylor are in Congleton, Cheshire, to collect £18,000 owed by a businessman for an unpaid loan.
It's a big one, mate. Is it a private claimant? Yeah, private individual.
The businessman, Keith, borrowed the money from a friend to invest in a new venture. But the enterprise failed. So his friend took him to court to get his money back and won the case. There's no answer. So Stuart turns his attention to the 4x4 parked outside.
It's worth a bit of money. About £7,000.
He hopes that seizing the vehicle will prompt Keith to come to the door.
Should we get a clamp? Yeah, please, mate.
Moments later, Stuart's tactic pays off.
Sit the other crow on it, Ian. Hello there, sir. Oh. Yeah, my name is Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent. We're here to execute a High Court writ to the value of £18,383.
Hey?
We're here to collect payments or remove goods.
I knew nothing about it.
Right, a letter has been sent, sir.
I knew nothing about this at all.
There's a CCJ in your name, sir.
Yes, there is.
So you do know about it?
I do know about it,
Right.
but I thought it sorted it.
Right. Well, sadly, you're taking it to the High Court, sir. Yeah. She needs to make payment, if not, the vehicle's going as well.
Well, there's absolutely nothing I can do. I can't. If I could have made the payment, I'd have paid it before.
No, I understand, sir. But sadly, it means that we will have to execute the writ, so which means this vehicle will be removed.
You better come in a minute.
Yeah. Hello. Is there anything you can pay?
Nothing. I'm
Nothing.
skint. I don't
Yeah.
pay any. I mean, Richard was a friend.
Yeah.
You know, we used to rally together.
Yeah. What's the debt regarding? If you don't mind me asking. So we don't know him, you
It was
say.
a business loan. It was it was a friendly loan.
Yeah. Sadly, when money's involved, it's one of those, isn't it?
There's nothing we can do, so I can.
Well, we need at least 50% today. You see, you know what I mean? It's
I haven't got anything.
no,
I haven't got anything.
no.
With payments looking unlikely, Stuart and Ian start an inventory of goods inside the house they could seize along with the vehicle. But Keith is clearly still in shock.
I can't believe Richard's done this to me. I really can't. We set up a business in 2002. What we thought was a surefire. But to do it, you needed big money. So anyway, we set it up, and all we needed was like a 0.6 to take up to make profit.
Yeah.
And it never made 0.4.
Right.
And we put 300 grand in it.
Wow. Right. It only takes one bad business deal to ruin a friendship, but part of running a business is to understand that sometimes it's going to fail.
Half an hour later, Keith's partner, Julie, arrives.
What we borrowed from Richard was 8 grand, is what all we owed him. So how come this debt's 18?
Costs, interest,
It was 12 after
and enforcement fees.
We haven't got anything. That's why we've not been able to pay him.
Right.
Took out another second mortgage on the house.
To try and clear debts. Fucking hell.
Despite the couple's situation, the agents must continue taking the inventory.
Tell you what, some collection you've got here.
It's all shit. Is this stuff that you want to take as well?
If there's anything that's of value, I'm afraid.
I don't believe you doing this to me.
No.
But then Stuart spots something unexpected.
I've found shotgun cartridges here, so I'm going to try and find shotguns lying around.
It appears that Keith may be involved in gun sports.
There's shotgun cartridges and loads of ammunition in the garage.
As shotguns can cost thousands, Stuart and Ian may have another asset on their hands.
It's got to be a safe then, hasn't it?
They know the guns will be stored in a safe. So Ian goes to talk to Keith.
Could you open the safe, please?
No, sorry.
Well,
Firearms.
obviously if we had to get a locksmith, then that gets added to your bill as well, and you don't need
Well, at this
anything added
moment,
to
I
that.
can't. And not only that, the contents of those old type aren't mine either. So
Right, again, you'd need to show proof.
yeah, they're on my ticket, but they belong to other people.
With Keith refusing to open the safe, Stuart turns detective. He spots a set of keys in the kitchen and goes to look for the safe. Upstairs, Stuart finds a stepladder leading to the loft.
Bingo. Boom, there we go. 2 shotguns. I think they're both Brownians.
The guns could be worth thousands of pounds each, but legally, only a specialist removal team can take them away from the premises. Stuart goes downstairs to call the office. But Keith has the police on the phone.
Hello? The bailiffs have come in, they've opened the cabinet safe. You know, that we keep the guns in, which is completely wrong. It's illegal, actually. Thank you. Bye-bye. They're on the way, they're going to be here any minute. Just go to open the cabinet like you've done while I'm not there, it's wrong.
You do get defendants that try to argue themselves out of the writ, thinking that what we're doing is incorrect and the process is wrong. We're there with a writ that tells us in black and white exactly what we need to do, and we will enforce that.
Half an hour later, the police arrive.
Hi, good morning. This gentleman's just dropped my chocolate cabbage.
They're actually lying on the kitchen side.
Still, you're still talking about there, without my permission, without me winning, and you've been open cabinet, which, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely illegal.
I am aware that I've got a court order and there has to be a specialist officer to remove those guns.
Yes.
That is what I am aware of, but I don't know where it stands with who has to be at the cabinet at the time. But I'll find out and clarify. Okay.
The police call for advice from the firearms team and report back to Stuart.
Now, speaking with our specialist unit, firearms team, they've advised me, basically, that because you are here acting on behalf of the High Court, you have the essential permission and right to attend.
When somebody does come to remove them, they will have all the documentation to prove that they are licensed.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully that's cleared things up now for you. Is that okay?
Right, thank you.
With his right to have opened the safe established, Stuart starts to make arrangements for removal of the shotguns and the 4x4.
Well, I'll ring recovery and see how long it'll take to get here.
But then Keith suddenly makes an offer.
I can find $2,000.
That will not be accepted.
I'm running out of options here. I'll have to try and get hold of my nephew who can afford it, but then it's a question now, will he bloody help us?
Keith goes to call his nephew.
Hi Jonathan, it's your Uncle Keith. I'm in desperate need of some help. I was hoping we could sort out a loan. I've managed to get £2,000 together. Yeah, would you mind? Right, you're a star. All right, thanks Jonathan. See you in a bit. Right, Jonathan's coming over.
Can he help?
He's going to see what he can do.
How far away is he?
It'll take you 15-20 minutes to get here.
It can be hugely important for defendants to reach out to family, because family ultimately is there to help when you're in need, and sometimes you do need to make that call and ask the favour, I need some help, can you help me?
10 minutes later, Keith's nephew arrives.
Hi, sorry, you okay?
And makes an astounding suggestion.
If we buy it off you, you could rent it back, you clear your mortgage off, you clear this loan off, pay your rent every month, and then pay me the 20 grand back, and I'll sell it back to you whenever you want it. Whenever you want it back, there's an option to buy it back.
I don't see you've got any other loss.
Are you happy with this? I know you're not happy, but
I can see why you're doing what you're doing, and I understand. Yeah, I am just devastated. I've worked all my life and worked in school.
there's an option there to have it back in.
Yeah, there's an option there. It's not, we're not using it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a way of getting out of this rut that we're in now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The case has taken a remarkable turn. To pay off the £20,000 debt, Keith and Julie agree to sell the home that they've lived in for 17 years.
What do we do about paying this then?
You can do it by debit card or anything like that. Yeah, let's try it. That's fine, that's gone through. There we go, guys. That's the breakdown of it there. Alright. We'll let ourselves out, guys. Alright. Alright, see you later. Right.
After 4 hours at the house, Stuart and Ian come away with payment in full.
Thank God for the nephew, eh?
Yeah. Wouldn't you, though? You know what I mean? It's
Family's family, though, isn't it?
A recent survey has revealed that the number of people in the UK who retire whilst in debt is on the rise. over a quarter of people planning to retire in 2017 will be in debt, and the average amount owed is 30% higher than in 2016. "6:30 a.m. High Court enforcement agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Hove near Brighton.
I like coming here for a family day out, just to go on the rides on the pier and win some teddies, that sort of stuff.
They're here with a writ to recover nearly £3,000 owed by Michael Rooks after his dog got into a fight with the claimant's dog in a local park.
First one is from Mr. Michael Rooks.
Okay.
It's a smallish debt to start you off with, £2,757.
The claimant took Mr. Rooks to court to recover their vet fees. Mr. Rooks lost the case, and now he must pay the £2,700 he owes today.
This is it, I think. It's this one here.
Main thing is get paid.
Touch wood.
There's no answer. But then Gary and Connor see movement at an upstairs window.
Is that a bloke?
I couldn't see. There's a reflection.
Somebody's here. Hi, sir. You Michael Rooks?
No.
Okay. Does he live here?
Yes.
Can we speak to him, please?
Yeah, hold on.
Mr. Rooks?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Connor Jackson. This is my colleague Gary Brown. Step in. Stop.
I don't want a dog to get out.
You've been taken to court on the 13th of the 2nd this year, so we're here to collect an outstanding balance.
£600.
Well, no, today it's £2,757 and 44 pence.
We have a dog fight. That's all.
So what, your dog attacked her dog?
Yes. She was exercising 3 dogs in the park, one of which she was throwing a ball for, which she threw near to me while I was picking up a dog's mess. I picked it up and my dog went for her dog. I don't know if you know anything about staffies, but once they've got their grip going, you can't let them go. I've heard people say, oh, stick your finger up their arse, but I ain't going to do that.
Despite Mr. Rooks's dispute with the claimant, the agents are legally bound to enforce the writ today.
Today, we need to collect £2,757.
You're going to get 2,000.
Okay.
Not over a big dog fight,
Okay, well...
It's not going to happen.
Can I just understand, when you said that you're not paying it, have you got the ability to pay it and you're refusing to?
Pay it. I'm an old age pensioner.
Okay, well, if you can't pay it, we're going to have to remove goods from the property.
So I'm not even paying a penny of it. I'll go to prison first. I haven't got £2,000 in my name.
Okay, but...
I might live in a nice house. This house cost me £7,000 30 odd years ago. So that's the only reason I'm living here.
With Mr. Rooks refusing to pay, the agents must look around the house for goods they could seize. But he's got other ideas.
Don't you come into my house?
Sir?
I'm sorry you're not coming in.
We are going to be coming in, sir.
Hey. Where are you going now?
I'm going to go and have a look around the house. Sir?
You're going to have a look around my house.
Connor and Gary are now in a difficult situation. Faced with an elderly debtor obstructing them in their duties, they must use all their tact and experience to get this case resolved. Gary and Connor were in Hove, East Sussex, to collect £2,700 owed by Michael Rooks after his dog was in a fight with the claimants.
So your dog attacked her dog?
Yes.
Mr. Rooks refused to pay.
So I'm not even paying a penny of it.
And wouldn't let Gary and Connor into the house.
Sir? You're going to have a look around my house.
Now they need to try and make him understand that they won't be leaving until they've resolved the case, one way or another.
Unless you make the payment, we're going to have to remove goods, sir.
I don't care, but I'm not paying anything. I'm certainly not paying £2,000 odd as you say now over a dog fight.
Okay, well, the court has ordered that you owe the money. We're going to look around downstairs.
Gary and Connor try once again to make an inventory of goods they can seize to offset the debt. But then Gary spots something.
Check out the balance on that.
Sir, so you said you can't pay this. We found your bank statements here, sir. You got one here last year with a closing balance of £22,000, and there's another one here for £32,000.
Yeah.
So this isn't a case of you can't pay, this is a case of you won't pay it.
I'm not paying any.
This is going to go one of two ways. Either the balance is paid, or we're going to remove goods today and it's going to put the balance up. So we don't want to remove your goods. The best thing that you can do now is make a payment. We'll give you a receipt, we'll leave you all the court documents.
How much would you call a payment?
Well, all of the balance.
Oh, not fucking 2,000.
So I've seen your bank statements for the end of last year. You had 50 grand in there.
Yeah.
So you do have the balance.
Well, I'm not paying any penny at all. I'm not even going to appeal. I'm sorry. I think it's absolutely... Oh.
I'm trying to help you here.
Oh, no, I can't argue with you people. Excuse me. That vicious dog that's guarding my house ain't doing me any good, is it? Hey, dog, get out of it. Yeah, you. All your bleeding fault.
This is just stubbornness, this is now. And it could cost him. I don't think he understands that through his stubbornness...
I'm not fucking stupid.
So why can't we resolve this, sir, and save...
I told you, I'm not paying me.
Okay, but would you rather pay us, or would you rather me take things from the house?
Look, I'd rather you left. I think it's absolutely disgusting that you could come in here and start threatening me about what you're going to take if I don't pay you money.
I'm not threatening you, sir.
You are threatening me.
I'm trying to explain to you the process and what's going to happen if you don't make the payment. So, are you going to make this payment now, sir?
Oh, fucking hell.
The situation is at a stalemate. Connor tries one last time to try and persuade Mr. Rooks to pay.
This is the last time I'm going to ask this. I'm going to give you this chance now to make the payment at $2,700, otherwise I'm going to have to escalate.
Before you answer that, if you say no, you're not going to pay it, it is going to immediately go up to the next stage of enforcement and we will start removing goods. That's going to cost you more money. So please answer it carefully.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. Rooks finally agrees to pay his debt in full.
Okay, so 275,744, yeah, Gary? Okay, that's all been authorised.
Do you ever have people who have a heart attack while this is all happening?
Not yet, but...
Not yet, well you might get one in a minute.
Hopefully not, it's all dealt with and we're going to be leaving now.
But he has one last word for the agents.
I'm still pissed off with these two.
It's nothing personal, Michael.
No, my pissed off to you two is nothing personal, but I am.
I'm going to leave you in peace. It was nice to meet you. Shame it wasn't under...
I used to shake your hand, but I will do.
It's a bit late. All right, take care. Hope you get it sorted,
Just
all right?
remember, I'll look at your faces and I won't have you come in my house again.
Well,
but
hopefully,
you've got your money now.
hopefully
so
we
off
won't.
you go.
Hopefully we won't need to.
Please
will we?
leave. I've had enough of you two. You fucking drive me up the wall. I thought it was the police. They're coming round to tell me that the bailiffs are going to be called in to me or something like that. I was fast asleep in bed, for fuck's sake. They might get up early, but I don't.
Oh, what up, mate?
Thank you. It was a difficult one, that, because all I kept thinking was, it's just like my granddad, this. He's stubborn. I think people of that generation...
It is tough. You don't. The last thing you want to be doing is enforcing on an elderly person. But, do you know what? They owe the money just like the rest of us.
And the Can't Pay agents are back at 9 next Wednesday. Tomorrow night, the youngsters who embrace childhood on the move. Gypsy Kids, Our Secret World is brand new at 9. Next tonight, reach into Channel 5's bedside table for 50 Shades of Grey. Though unlike your daily commute, there's no hiding your TV behind a copy of Metro.
Danger.
I'll smash his head.
Lies.
I can't pay it.
Somebody's telling porcupines, aren't they?
Secrets.
We'll find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
back away from me.
Go take the kids to
back
school. This is my
away.
time.
under pressure,
There could be guns up there.
tackling some of the most hard-hitting cases of their careers.
Can I have the police, please?
But whoever they meet, if you can't pay,
You tell me what I should do.
they'll take it away. Personal debt in the UK exceeded £1.5 trillion in 2016. A £53 billion increase since the previous year. This dramatic rise resulted in over 300,000 people seeking advice from a debt charity in the first half of the year alone. Matt Highway and Gary Ball are High Court enforcement agents. They travel all over the West Midlands, recovering debts and seizing goods.
Right, let's go and live the dream, mate, shall we? Let's go and make someone's day.
It's 7 a.m. and they're in Birmingham to collect nearly £2,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
So, mate, it's still dark and we're in Northfield. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Let's mix it up, mate.
Yeah, go on.
You ask me where we're going.
Do you know where we're going?
I do, mate, yeah.
You tell
I always
me.
know where we're going.
Go on.
We're going to see a Mr. Stephen Watson.
Okay, you got that bit right.
In Northfield.
You got that bit right.
And he owes a few pence under £2,000.
Yeah, it's £1,967.99.
There you go.
If Mr. Watton can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods and vehicles belonging to him to offset the debt.
With the Fiesta in the drive.
Morning, madam. I was after a Stephen Watton.
Not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't he? Who are you to him, madam? So who is he to you, madam? Morning, sir, you alright?
Not here. She's gonna have to leave.
Yeah, who is he, though, sir? Who is he?
What do you mean?
To you?
Who is he?
Who is he to you?
It's nobody to us.
Did
don't live here.
Are you saying that you're new tenants? Is that what you're saying to us?
Yes.
You don't live here.
So he's not here at the moment? Or he's a previous tenant?
You don't,
All right.
you don't live here.
Well, High Court enforcement agents are here with a High Court writ today. And Mr. Watton be contacted?
No, because, like I said, we don't know who he is.
If you work with us, then we can work with you.
You used to live here.
We used to that. They were getting somewhere. When we first turn up on a job, all we got to go on is a name, an address, and the amount we're there to collect. So we do have to think on our feet when we get there. You know, asking lots of questions. We have to dig down and try and find the person we're looking for. But I think me and Matt, work well together. We're a good team, and 9 out of 10 times you do get the outcome that we both want.
After claiming not to know the debtor, the man now says that Mr. Watton was a previous tenant. But the agents need proof that he no longer lives there.
Have you got a council tax bill or a tenancy agreement we can have a look at to prove he doesn't live here? No. Didn't bang on it, sir. We just knocked on it.
No one will speak to us now. I'm going to get my mate out the car then.
Okay. Mate, it's called Mr. London Triangle, and he's going to put it on the car now.
There's a possibility that one of the men may in fact be the debtor, Stephen Watton, and the cars outside could be his. The agents act fast to secure them.
Just watch the door, mate.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, we're going to get situations where people deny
that the defendant lives at the property. We can only converse up to a level. If conversation stops, then we try the action technique. The second a clamp comes out the back of the van, and suddenly, the whole house lights up.
Matt's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Oi, get hands off me, bro. You ain't taking that, bruv. I've got paperwork.
Go and get the paperwork. Move back.
Yo, get off
back.
me. Move back. Yo, you need to watch yourself, You need to watch yourself.
So if you're going to get silly, we're going to get the police in and get you arrested, alright?
Please, check the reg on that car.
Guys, if you wanted to work with us, you could have worked with us.
The car. I'll cut that off. I'll cut that off.
I'll cut that off.
I'll cut it off, bruv. I ain't bothered. You need to get off the profit.
Excuse me.
Listen, High Court writ.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
High Court writ.
We don't know where they live.
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
We have asked you for a tenancy agreement or a council tax bill.
Tenancy agreement.
People get aggressive and insult us as their way of dealing with the situation. They might think if they do threaten us enough, then we'll leave. We're not going to leave. We're there to do a job. Whether you threaten us, whether you threaten our family, we're still going to be there and we're still going to do the job.
The men are not telling the agents who they are, but Matt still suspects one of them could be the debtor. So he increases the pressure and clamps the second car in the driveway.
Back away from Not taking my
Back away from me.
I've got to go take the kids to school. This is my
away
car.
from me. Back away from me. Move away from me.
Move now.
Move away from me. Move away from me. Move.
Suck your mum, straight up. Suck your mum. No. Suck your mum.
Right, I'm going to get the police here, mate.
Get the police here, mate. Move away.
Suck your mum.
Move away from me. Move away. Move away from me.
With tensions escalating, Gary and Matt will have to act quickly to prevent the situation turning violent. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Birmingham to recover a debt of nearly £2,000 owed by Stephen Wattham in unpaid parking fines. A woman and two men came to the door. They claimed that Stephen Wattham didn't live at the address and obstructed the agents.
You're gonna have to leave.
Matt suspected one of the men was the debtor and clamped both cars in the driveway.
Move away.
Tempers escalated.
Suck your mum, straight up. Suck your mum. No.
Now, with the situation getting even more confrontational, Gary calls the police.
Hello there, can I have the police, please?
Whatever, mate. Whatever.
Hello?
I'm really interested in this.
Yeah, we have two High Court enforcement agents, two gentlemen getting a bit violent and a bit shouty with us. We're executing a High Court writ.
We'll send an officer when we've got one available.
Thanks very much. Cheers, brother.
Okay, thanks.
The police are on their way, but the men aren't calming down.
It's my car, it's not fucking yours. It's not nobody else's. This house is not rented by him either. Check the council, he's not rented, he's not down as living here. I've got to go take the kids to school, you're going to fucking clamp my car?
Where's the kids?
Down at my baby mum's, that's where they are.
That's okay.
You're gonna try and
Well, this is not going anywhere. You can drive off with that if you like. You'll make a bright mess of your car, though.
People obstructing us, it only makes life more difficult for them, really. I think what they need to remember on that, it is a criminal offence to obstruct me in my duty. People will try that as a deflection, but the end result's still the same.
The agents have been at the property nearly half an hour. Finally, the woman hands Gary her tenancy agreement.
That's what we asked for in the first place, isn't it? That's all we wanted.
I was here 6 years, I exchanged with them, and then I exchanged back.
You moved back in here how long ago?
Like 4 or 5 months ago.
The woman claims Stephen Wattham moved out several months ago when she exchanged properties with him, and he's not listed on the tenancy agreement. But as addresses are double-checked before a writ is issued, the agents can't be totally sure that the claims of the house exchange are true. Matt and Gary decide to wait for the police to arrive before taking any further action.
Okay.
You're done doing your job now, ain't you?
No, we're not. I'll wait for the police to arrive, okay.
Well, you got your letters, see you later.
We've still got the issue of you obstructing in my duty, having which is a criminal offence, so we'll have a chat with the police about that.
I've got shit to do. I've got stuff to do. I've got to go take the kids to school.
Well, it's delayed at the moment, unfortunately.
What do you mean delayed at the moment?
Yeah.
That can be taken off me.
They shouldn't,
As soon as the police get
they
here,
shouldn't be too long.
I swear to God.
It's just a crazy way of going about things, isn't it?
I know. He's off on his morning run now.
But then, one of the young men disappears down the street. While they wait for the police, Matt looks for any clues as to the ownership of the cars. But he's in for a surprise.
On the rear passenger footwell, wrapped up in a towel. It's the sort of things we have to be aware of when we're doing our job. No other tools, like no screwdriver or spanners or socket set or anything, just a lump hammer.
Minutes later, the young man returns, followed by another man.
What are you doing here? Who are you looking for?
Hello, sir. Who are you, sorry?
You're looking for Stephen Watton?
Yes, sir.
That's me. Why are you here?
Oh, great stuff. OK, smashing.
The agents finally have the man they were looking for.
So you're Mr. Stephen Watton?
I am, yes.
So there's a High Court writ outstanding for you?
That's right. No, I'm not paying it, that's the whole point.
Mr. Watton immediately denies responsibility for the unpaid parking tickets.
I had a Jaguar a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I sold the Jag. A year afterwards, I got the first ticket through. A few days later, another one come through. Another one come through. I think I ended up with a pile of them, about fucking 50 or 60 of the fucking things.
But they're still found in favour of the claimant?
I don't know.
Well, obviously that's why we're here.
So where do you live now then, Stephen?
Yeah, I live up the road.
Yeah, what's the address?
I don't need to give you that door.
You don't?
Do you know what a ghost is?
A ghost?
Oh, you're a ghost?
I don't need to.
With Mr. Watton refusing to give his new address, the agents can't be sure that he's telling the truth about no longer living here. But then, Matt gets handed proof that the dark grey MG isn't Mr. Watton's.
Cheers, sir. Thank you.
Right, just get a copy of that, mate. I'll just take the clamp off it. Right, mate, I'll take it off. You can get gone. The gent now, after some level of discussion, has managed to show me documentation to show that the car doesn't belong to the defendant. So I'll release that now for him and he can get on his way.
20 minutes later, the police arrive.
Here they are, mate.
The agents hope that the police presence will force Mr. Watton to reveal where he now lives.
Morning, officer.
How you doing?
We initially called this morning. The door was shut in our faces. Unfortunately, we had no other option but to seize the assets that were on site. Two younger men tried to obstruct me in my duty. Managed to get both vehicles clamped. Now, this guy here in the hoodie is our defendant.
Okay.
I've explained the High Court writ to him. He's point blank said, I refuse to pay it. I'm not telling you where I live.
But as Mr. Watton hasn't committed breach of the peace, the police can't force him to divulge his details to them either.
So that's Stephen, what's his surname?
Watton.
He won't tell me. Watton.
With Mr. Watton's true address remaining a mystery, the agents are running out of options. Until proof of the ownership of the other car is established, it remains their only potential asset.
So at the moment, you've clamped that while you do some inquiries?
Yeah, we've asked them for the
Proof.
V5 and the insurance for it. They can't provide it at the minute, so obviously it stays clamped.
Yeah.
Because you never know, this just might be Stephen.
The police make some checks and trace the owner of the clamped Fiesta.
The vehicle does not belong to Watton.
Yeah.
With the second vehicle not belonging to Mr. Watton either, the agent's only option is to instruct the office to trace his new address.
We'll find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me.
Of course we will. Debt will always catch up on you. If we go to a certain property and you're not there, then we will put a trace into the office and they'll find a new address for you and we will be knocking on the door.
Today, there's nothing more Matt and Gary can do to enforce the writ. They have no choice but to walk away empty-handed. But Matt has one last word for Mr. Watton.
All I can say to you, buddies, we'll see you somewhere else because it's a live High Court writ, all right?
Well, I'll be dealing with that live High Court writ.
And we'll see you then. Okay. Okay, we're all sorted, officer, yeah, thank you, yeah.
Okay, Stephen.
There's not a result there for the clients as such at the moment, but it's part of the enforcement process. You know, we have to attend the address at the writ names, and that's what we've done. So we've discounted that address. We can now get on with the next part of the process, and that's finding where Stephen does actually live.
Latest research reveals pubs and bars are increasingly struggling to stay afloat. 1 in 5 experience significant financial distress, with 27 pubs closing every week. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Clitheroe, Lancashire, with a writ to recover an unusually large debt of £80,000 owed by Mr. Thomas Woods to a former girlfriend.
£80,000, mate.
Is it 80 now, is it?
£80,189.15.
Stuart has visited Mr. Woods, a hotel owner, on 2 separate occasions, but he hasn't been at home.
Right, oh, there's people outside. It's a good sign. He's in there. He's in there. Brilliant.
Today, it looks like it's third time lucky. But this case will be like no other Stuart and Vic have ever faced.
I'm good. Let's go. Oh. Hi, mate, you alright? We're after Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods, good morning. My name is Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Here with regards to an outstanding balance on a High Court writ of £80,000.
The plan was to pay when I sold the business.
You need to see what you can do to raise some funds, sir.
What's the date about?
She was my partner.
Right.
And she fell out a few years ago. And things happened.
Was she in the business with you?
She wasn't in business, no. I was in hospital and she put some money when I was in hospital.
Well, the problem that we've got is we're here to remove goods, so unless the balance is paid.
Yeah, okay, give me a few minutes.
Yeah, see what you can do, sir.
Stuart and Vic give Mr. Woods time to raise some funds and start an inventory of assets they could potentially seize.
It's nice, that, isn't it? Beautiful bike.
As well as the vehicles in the garage, the agents find thousands of pounds worth of assets inside the hotel, including fixtures and fittings from the dining areas, a professional kitchen, and 6 bedrooms upstairs. If Mr. Woods doesn't pay today, the removal job will be one of the biggest Stuart and Vic have ever tackled. Down in the bar, the debtor has managed to raise some funds from a friend.
About 5,000 for now.
It's not going to be enough, mate.
No.
It's not.
How much can you raise if you can raise funds?
Probably, I know I can't because I have probably £1,000 if I'm lucky.
That's 6. It's not going to be enough, mate. It's not. We're going to have to remove, I'm afraid. With the business, the reality is if we do remove goods, it's going to affect the staff, it's going to affect the business isn't going to be able to trade anymore, which means there isn't going to be an income for the defendant. But it is something that we will have to do if payment isn't made.
After making another call to his friends, Mr. Woods makes the agents another offer.
They can all get money, but it's going to be a few weeks doing it.
How long? How long will it take?
So they reckon it's a month to get out of the savings accounts are in.
Okay, so they say they can get it in a month. Will that mean clearing the balance? The whole balance of 80,000 in a month?
I like to think so.
Let me see what I can do.
6,000 today, balance cleared in 30 days.
In 30 days, put it on a controlled goods agreement.
Stuart calls the office to see if the claimant will accept the offer of a £6,000 down payment and the balance cleared within a month.
Hiya, John, you alright?
But the threat of losing the business he's devoted 23 years of his life to is clearly affecting Mr. Woods.
Stress. She's just winding me up now by doing this, you know. She doesn't even need the money. She just been controlling.
Minutes later, Stuart comes back with some news.
What they've said is, okay, you can make the 6,000 today, but we need a payment by Friday of another 4, which will make it 10. Okay, and then it'll be 10,000 for the next 3 weeks, and then the remaining balance by the 4th week. Okay, so it gives you a bit of breathing space. I know 10,000's a lot, but it gives you a bit of breathing space. All right.
Mr. Woods makes the £6,000 down payment and agrees to pay the rest in instalments.
Okay, sir. I'll try and take it easy, Thompson, and we'll get this sorted. All right. If you can do, listen, just ring us and let us know. All right. I think you'll be happy enough with the arrangement anyway. At least we're not closing the business today, which is what we can do. He seems a nice rounded bloke anyway, doesn't he? So let's just see he keeps up that repayment.
The case seems to be resolved for now. But 2 weeks later, Stuart and Vic are forced to return.
Mr. Woods?
There could be guns up there.
And face a situation they have never encountered before.
We need immediate police assistance, please.
Oh, we'll sign it, no problem.
Please. I'm not being in view of that window, not a chance.
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Clitheroe, Lancashire, to serve a writ on hotel owner Mr. Thomas Woods, who owed £80,000 to his ex-girlfriend.
We fell out a few years ago, and things happened.
Mr. Woods made a £6,000 down payment.
I'll do my best for that.
And agreed to pay the rest on a payment plan.
At least we're not closing the business today. Seems a nice rounded bloke anyway, doesn't he? So let's just see he keeps up that repayment.
But now, 2 weeks has passed.
Just hasn't bothered, has he, since our last visit?
Basically, communication has just broken down from his side.
The deadline for the first instalment Mr. Woods agreed to has come and gone. So Stuart and Vic have no choice but to return and clear the hotel of its assets.
But you've made a magic call to the removal company.
Well, it is unfortunately D-Day.
A removal van has already arrived at the premises, and a freight lorry is on its way in case Mr. Woods can't pay.
All right, guys, you all right?
But first, Stuart and Vic need to speak to Mr. Woods to see if he can make any payment to stop the recovery action.
Hello?
No one appears to be in. But because Mr. Woods has defaulted on his payments and signed a controlled goods agreement, the agents are now entitled to force entry and have a locksmith on hand.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Woods? The heating's on. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I don't think he's here, mate.
Shall we go upstairs, mate?
Mr. Woods? Hello? Oh. Oh.
What?
Oh, that's a bloody deer. I don't think he's in, mate.
Hello? Mr. Woods?
Right, so we've done a sweep, there's no one in.
The dog is still here. Not a good day, is it?
Beck.
Hello.
Car's here. Do you find it weird his cars and bikes are still here and...
With his car in the garage, the agents are now suspicious that Mr. Woods is still somewhere on the premises. They go back into the hotel to investigate further. And this time, they find a locked door.
We're going to open the door with the locksmith, sir. Do you want to open the door and come out?
Let's get the locksmith on it. Hiya, mate. Let's get it cracked open. Yeah, let's just get it cracked open. You what, sorry?
Minutes later, the locksmith returns with some alarming news.
Right.
As I've opened it, as I was coming down the stairs, I heard something. It sounded like a key turning.
Are you sure?
Let's go find out.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's go find out. Shall I go first?
Hello, Mr. Woods. You want to discuss the matter?
Look. Yeah. I think we need some assistance here, Stuart.
The agents are suspicious that Mr. Woods is behind the door, but they're unsure of his frame of mind. Stuart and Vic are now in an unpredictable situation.
We need to fear the worst. He could be a hunter. There could be guns up there. Dear God, I wouldn't want anyone to walk in and then be on the other side of a shotgun. Hello, we need immediate police assistance, please. I'm at the Copy Nook Hotel in Clitheroe. There's a gentleman that's locked upstairs in a bedroom and not making any noise whatsoever, but keeps locking the door as we try to open it. We've just got a fear that with the taxidermy stuff here, could have guns up there. It's better to be safe than sorry. Something eerie going on, isn't there, Vic? If it's all fine with you, I'm going to go and stand behind this shed. I'm not being in view of that window, not a chance.
If someone is at the end of their line, you don't know what's going through their mind. What I do know is from looking around me, this guy's a world-class hunter. There's taxidermy everywhere. Yes, am I nervous? Am I fearing my own life? Definitely.
Half an hour later, an armed response unit arrives on the scene.
Please.
And the locked door is forced open.
At this stage, the police has asked us to stay down while they go upstairs and try and negotiate with Mr. Woods to come out of, if it is him in the room or whoever's in the room. No one?
The police find Mr. Woods hiding in his private living quarters.
Does he look sound of mind?
Yeah, it's just
giving up.
Yeah.
I need to ask him a question.
Before the agents start to remove assets, Vic wants to give Mr. Woods one last chance to settle his debt.
Mr. Woods, can you make a payment today, sir? Okay, it's fine. I'll leave you, sir. No one wants to see a grown man sitting in a corner of a room. You can see it's his darkest hour. You know, it's not a great feeling. But the reality is, he had so many opportunities before it got to D-Day. Various phone calls, various visits. We can only do so much.
Now Stuart and Vic must start the enormous task of seizing goods to cover Mr. Woods' £80,000 debt.
It's rapid then.
Yeah, it is rapid.
But as they step into Mr. Woods' private living room, they make an astonishing discovery.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow.
A collection of rare exotic taxidermy decorates the walls, which could fetch thousands of pounds at auction. The agents call in the auctioneer, who's here to value the assets of the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't expect that, did you?
No.
This is the sort of thing we don't see.
No. Well, it's not stuff we see either.
But hearing the agents talking about his precious collection finally brings Mr. Woods out of his bedroom.
Well then, Tommy, all right. Have you got any plans on going anywhere after here? Are you staying here or?
I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. My life's upside down because of somebody.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No. Yeah.
You tell me what I should do. What should I do?
No. I don't know.
It's gone.
Yeah. Take it you've been all over the world then.
And she came with me.
Really?
What are you taking now? You got the stuff from downstairs. What else are you taking?
Kitchen, bar, table, chairs, glasses, everything, basically.
Down there. Yeah. So what are you doing up here?
All these will be going. Obviously, all the other taxidermists, it's in the office and downstairs and things like that. That's pretty much it, to be honest, Brendan.
Take me dog. I'll go take dog if you want.
Did you try and... I mean, I know it's too late now, but, you know, it's just... I knew you were going to ask your mother and friends, etc., to try and help you.
I can get so much, but it's not going to be enough, is it?
The auctioneer and the recovery team start the delicate task of removing Mr. Wood's taxidermy collection.
Hello there, are you okay?
Minutes later, two of Mr. Woods' friends arrive.
Yeah, no problem at all. He's upstairs in the middle bedroom if you'd like to go and see him.
With the downstairs rooms completely cleared and the valuable taxidermy seized, the removal is almost complete. But before the agents go, Mr. Wood's friend wants to speak with Vic.
Hi. Don't want him to be here on his own tonight. Yeah. I think he's in a very bad state. Yeah. I think he's living in a world that he doesn't know, and he can't believe it's happening.
Of course, it's not a nice thing.
No, it's not a nice thing.
Mr. Wood's friends decide to stay. Satisfied that Mr. Woods is being looked after, the police leave the premises. After 11 hours, the job is complete, and Mr. Woods has lost almost everything.
I personally believe he gave up a long time ago. He obviously realized that there was no way for him to pay this debt. He was waiting for this day. He knew it was going to happen. I've learned in this job you can't take the cases personal. But obviously we're all human beings. I will definitely remember this case for a very long time. That's it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Over 40,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in the first half of 2016, totalling nearly £150 million. The average value now exceeds £3,500, and it's small businesses who've been hardest hit. After an emotionally draining case, Stuart and Vic are back on the road again, this time in Manchester.
Well, Vic, it's cold, it's wet, it's windy.
They're on their way to a garage to collect £2,000 owed to an unhappy customer dissatisfied with a faulty car.
Not a bad day to go visit a Top Gear Motors.
Top Gear Motors. So how much does this guy owe then?
£2,025.
The agents have arrived at the address on the writ.
That is it, mate.
But the company seems to have changed its name to Fast Fix Auto Service Centre.
Completely different name. We will go in.
Well, which can be deceiving. Hopefully it's got a load of cars sat there with Top Gear Motors written all over it.
But then Stuart spots a sign outside.
There you go, mate. Top Gear Motors Auto Service Centre.
Top Gear Motors, yeah. You are 100% right, my friend. Let's do this.
With evidence the debtor company could still be trading at this address, the agents need to locate the director of the business, Mr. Sakid Wahid.
Hi guys, you alright? We're after Top Gear Motors. We're High Court enforcement agents. We're after Mr. Wahid, Sakid Wahid.
There's no Top Gear anymore.
Right, your signage says different.
Well, I don't know anything about it. I'm just a receptionist. This is a new company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Top Gear is not here anymore.
But we can see signage that proves otherwise. Have you got council tax bill, business rates? Just to prove obviously this place is obviously trading under that name.
We need to change name.
About a month ago, maybe.
Well, the process that we've got, guys, is that if you don't show us any proof, the goods will be removed.
Unless payment's made.
While Stuart gives the man some time to look for proof that the company has changed hands, he hunts for more evidence that the business is still trading as Top Gear Motors.
Hiya, mate, you alright?
Finding an open office, Stuart starts to investigate.
Top Gear, when was that done?
Top Gear Motors.
It was done 13 days ago.
And who's the defendant? Mr. S. Wahid. Issuer's name, Mr. Wahid.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
He's the MOT guy. I'll do it. Right. Let's go and explain this to our friend.
Me and Stuart as a team, we love playing detective because they'll tell you one story and after a 20-minute walk around you'll come back with a file that thick with all the evidence we need. And I love that part of the job. It makes me get out of bed.
The recent MOT certificate issued by Mr. Wahid on behalf of Top Gear Motors suggests that they are still trading from the address. The agents turn up the pressure.
You want to come inside and explain this paperwork? Right, you said that Mr. Wahid isn't here anymore?
No, he's not here.
No, right, okay. MOT certificate. Mr. S. Wahid, Top Gear Motors. Mr. S. Wahid, Top Gear Motors.
13 days
so
ago.
He's either not here or you're committing fraud by using an MOT certificate.
We're not frauding it. He's not here at the moment.
Right, he's not here at the moment?
No, he does.
You said he left. You said he left.
He left, but sometime he comes to do the MOTs here.
Right, with all due respect, sir, you must think I was born yesterday.
Despite the evidence, the man is still denying the garage is responsible for the debt. It will take all of Stuart and Vic's tenacity to get the £2,000 they came for. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Manchester, collecting a £2,000 debt owed by a garage.
We're after Top Gear Motors.
Well, I don't know anything about it. This is a new company.
Staff claimed Top Gear Motors were no longer trading on the premises, but Stuart found evidence to the contrary.
Top Gear Motors.
It was done 13 days ago.
But the man they met continued to insist the garage was being run by a new company.
No, he's not here.
No, right, okay. With all due respect, sir, you must think I was born yesterday.
Now, Stuart must make the man understand that he has enough evidence to collect the £2,000 debt here today.
Okay. There's MOT certificates there that says that he's still here. He's obviously the MOT conductor for this site. So if we do remove goods from here today, we'll be removed under Top Gear Motors.
The agents have enough proof to show that Top Gear Motors are still trading here. Now, the man reveals that he knows about the debt, but he says he has nothing to do with the car, which led to the dispute.
Guys sent the letter to us and I replied them, we never sold you the car, we have nothing to do with you, we never sold the car, we never got a single penny out of you.
Despite the man's claims that the garage had nothing to do with the debt, the agents are duty-bound to enforce the writ here today.
We got a writ executed today, right? So either we're going to get that balance paid in full, or we're going to seize goods for 7 days. You can then go to court to prove that it doesn't belong to Top Gear Motors, but Top Gear Motors' name is on here.
And where is their company at the moment?
Here.
No, it's not here.
Let's stop going around the bush now. What's the address there? Okay, is it here?
Yeah.
What's the name on top of it?
Top Gear Motors.
Top Gear Motors?
Yes.
What does it say on your writ?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yeah.
Top Gear Motors.
Yeah. Cool down.
No, but I mean, we're going round in circles here,
Don't
mate.
raise your voice. Cool down.
So at the moment,
Going over and over the same thing.
At the moment,
Please,
sir.
if you come outside here, we'll sort it out. Come outside.
Yeah, no, it's fine, so I'll stay here until you get it sorted out,
Please
sir, because
come
I've got an
outside,
inventory
yeah.
to do.
Please come
I'll be
outside.
staying here. Until you get this payment sorted, I'll be staying here and I'll also be doing an inventory of goods.
The agents have been at the garage for half an hour. Then, suddenly, the man makes an extraordinary accusation.
I lost my £2,000 here. It was my £2,000 here.
Yeah.
Where's my £2,000 gone?
I don't know.
It was here.
No, it wasn't.
In the
sir.
till.
Really?
Yeah, well,
Yes,
check
yes.
the till.
Yeah. Why you took the look is empty now? It was £2,000.
Sadly, don't stop messing about and call me a liar, alright? Sir, I'm not going anywhere, alright? The fact of the matter is, I've got an inventory to do if you can't pay it. If you pay it, I'll go. Simple as that. We do see a cycle of tactics that defendants use to try and get out of paying the debt or even telling the truth. They'll go through the lies first, then it'll be the friendly approach, and then it'll be the emotional approach, and then it'll be the anger approach. We see it every day, and it's a common tactic that they use.
With no signs of payment, Stuart turns up the pressure again.
In 5 minutes, if payment isn't made, it goes up to how much, Vic?
£2,665.
We will be seizing goods. I'll be disconnecting the computer.
Also,
and the
what
phones.
I'm saying is, if whatever money's paid today is held for 14 days.
We can go back, claim the money back here. We
Yeah.
can go back to the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, I'll give you the money. I'm gonna arrange
Yeah.
the money.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, it's fine. There you go, mate.
With the threat of his business assets being seized, the man now backs down and agrees to pay.
Defendants will throw all sorts of smoke screens at us to try and get away with paying a debt that's rightfully owed. But once they've realised they've used all their excuses, they then think, right, well, I need to get this sorted as quickly as possible, because the last thing they want is the business being affected.
You are not the first bailiff here. I've done so many bailiffs here, but nothing like you.
I call enforcement, not a bailiff.
Arrange the money, okay? Don't have it with me now.
It's
yeah?
a cash.
Arrange it.
Cash.
Cash, yeah.
Have you not got a business card to pay on?
No money in the card.
Okay.
After claiming that Saeed Waheed, the director of Top Gear Motors, no longer had anything to do with the business, the man finally gets him on the phone.
Saqib is on the phone, yes. You take the £1,000 over the phone, and I'm trying to bring the £1,000 cash, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Waheed agrees to pay half the debt on his debit card, and the man and his colleagues make up the balance in cash.
This is 600, yeah, it's going to bring 400.
Okay, it will let me count the 600 so long.
Yeah.
Here's the 1,000. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 53 pence. So we need 1,000 on the machine, yeah?
That's Saqib here.
Okay. Hello? Is it a debit card, sir? What's the last 4 numbers? Right, so I'll pass you back over to the gentleman, alright?
There you go, sir. So I'll leave you to go on the rest of your day, sir. Have a good day.
With payment in full, the case is finally closed.
Whoa. Another job well done, that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You don't want to get your hair wet, do you?
No, I don't want to get a cold on top of a cold.
Gentleman behind the counter trying to pull wool over our eyes, saying that company's gone, but the signage outside was first alarm bells, wasn't it?
Yeah. The thing is that we love business like that because they're actually things you can take, and they know it.
Next time,
I said, come out! Call the fucking police!
Gary and Connor find themselves under attack.
Send police immediately, please.
They meet a family in meltdown,
Kids are crying, they're both getting stressed.
and Stuart and Vic face a debtor in denial.
Just because you're bankrupt 14 years ago doesn't mean that you don't owe any money full stop.
Is money really the be-all and end-all? Our new series, Rich House, Poor House, swaps two families from either side of the wealth divide to question what really makes us happy tomorrow at 9. And starting new next, if you had the chance to speak to a past lover, what would you say to them? Emotions run high in One Night with My Ex.